Hello, 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 hello. Making sure. Check. 1, 2. We're good. We are live. Thank you guys for tuning in. Man, I gotta update that intro video. We still have so much that actually is not on there. Although it is pretty difficult to fit everything into a 60-minute segment. But thank you all for jumping into another Flash Hour. This is going to be a great one this week. We do have a lot of things to go over, from State of the Trenches to Ecosystem Call to all these things that we're listing and what is coming down the pipeline. So there's a lot to be excited for at Flash Trade. Look forward to digging into it with Zahaib this week. Should be a lot of fun for you all. Try to keep it fun and lighthearted. If this is the first time you have ever attended a Flash Hour, we typically go through State of the Trenches, Flash Hour overview, kind of something that we would like to highlight. Then we get into what we got done and what is coming, and then we shut her down. Of course, we do take your questions throughout the segment. So if you do have any questions, drop them in the comment section of the video or chat section of the video, whether you're on YouTube or X, since those are the two locations that we are streaming. All right, let's get into it. Bring up Zahaib. Sir, how are you doing this morning?
GM, everyone. I'm doing fine. How about you?
Doing good, doing good. Real-time engineer in the house. That is because of MagicBlock. He is correct. He is the OG real-time engineer.
That's right.
All right, getting into state of sorry, my throat this morning. State of the trenches. Feeling a little bit under the weather. I think it's the allergies, man. Is it just that time of year? It has to be. The allergies are killing me. SEC.gov formally classified SOL as a commodity. This is huge for Solana, so just wanted to shout that out. Obviously, great for taxes and all kinds of other purposes. So that's actually just in general is a huge win. P token just went live on, I think it's actually DevNet. I put testnet. Isn't it on DevNet now?
That's right. It's on DevNet already.
Yeah, I apologize. So that was actually my mistype. I should have known that. But yes, P token or Pinocchio, right? Isn't that what that's kind of the lingo is Pinocchio?
That's for P, yes. And I think there's a lot of confusion already with token keg, token Z, token 22. Now, token. Oh, yeah, bear with it. But yeah, P token is the Pinocchio token legacy token wrapper.
Yeah. And man, does it boast some serious performance for Solana. All things are really coming together. The next one is also extremely important, although if you are aware of like Anza's timeline and things like that, this could be quite a ways down the road. But Anza introduces that new Constellation. They have a great video on it. It doesn't really break it down crazy, but it does give a good enough high level to where you can understand. It's giving Solana multi-concurrent proposers and the fastest ecosystem tick rate of any network. Yeah, I mean, this would leave everybody in the dust. It's not even close at that point. And yeah, Anza's killing it with this, if they can make it come to fruition.
Absolutely. And I think, yeah, it's been 18 months or so in the waiting to kind of get to a design phase. And I think implementation is going to also take considerable time. But yeah, it's a great step forward towards addressing the biggest issues that Solana faces today in terms of being reliable for DeFi architectures, specifically perpetuals in the context of order books. And I think that's where the most contention is today. If Solana is to win. So welcome
with the cranks and everything.
Yeah, and not just the crank, but also censorship resistance. CR is one of the biggest things that was part of why MCP is necessary, because censorship resistance is just not about inclusion. It's also about inclusion in the right way. It's about like not having an unfair advantage over others, or as a market maker,
very true.
being on the losing end of the unfair advantage for others. So this is literally kind of bringing the final piece of architecture together, which enables the NASDAQ on chain kind of a thing. And yeah, this could potentially be one of the final design improvements that can scale Solana further. Given we're on the losing end of the perpetuals race against competitors in the space, and most notably Hyperliquid for what it's worth. So I think that this is one of the wider solutions that's gonna propel us in the right direction. And even Alpenglow, I think Constellation sits on top of Alpenglow. So we already have V4, the Solana release V4 on the horizon. So Alpenglow is going to sit on top of it. And then we'll have Constellation kind of bringing out the final piece together.
The final form, the final countdown. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it, just because we can put a lot of the arguments to rest when it comes to Solana. And I mean, there really is, I don't know why anybody from ETH does kind of run their yap about Solana when they're on ETH, just in particular. But yeah, it'll kind of put a lot of the arguments to rest, which will be really, really nice. Not to say bearish ETH, but I'm very bearish ETH. Solana Foundation shipped Solana developer platform for enterprise. So Solana Foundation has been really, really killing it lately. The other thing I wanted to shout out was their recent ecosystem call from our guys over there at Soul Brothers. We absolutely love them. Simon and Eno, they did a bang up job. What an amazing, kind of resurgence of the ecosystem call. They really, really did a great job. Knocked it out of the park. It was super entertaining, which I wouldn't expect anything less from those two guys. So yes, Solana Foundation ships their Solana developer platform. If you haven't noticed too, they've kind of had something similar, but just for Solana ecosystem people. So, but yeah, now they've shipped it for institutional adoption. Solana overtakes Ethereum RWA lending deposits, 1.2 billion. Like I stated last week, yes, Solana has more kind of TVL locked up on the stablecoin RWA space in general, but the curve, the adoption curve, is just parabolic when it comes to Solana. So not only are we catching up real quick, we got a freaking rocket on our back shooting up straight through. So I'm going to guess that here shortly we will completely overtake Ethereum, and we won't even have to mention that in the future, just like Windows 98. Coliseum announced the Solana Frontier Hackathon. This is a huge one for any builders in the space. We do know we actually do have, which I love, by the way. I don't know why. I just love builders in general. I love all you guys. I love builders because it brings in this amazing combination of technical ability and creativity. And you guys build some amazing stuff out there. So we here at Flash, we are all about making sure that you have all the tools you need to compose over Flash Trade. So anything that you guys need, I'm your guy. I'm BizDevRel. I don't even know what the heck that's called. Janitor is preferred for me, but head of custodial services here. But with the Solana, what are they calling it? Frontier Hackathon. If anybody would like to enter and compose over Flash Trade, hit us up in Discord, or of course, might even pull you into a Telegram group or create a Telegram group specifically for this hackathon, to really get the juices flowing and get everything that you need so that you can, compete best with Coliseum. Have you seen any prospects yet? Today's day one, guys. So if you are looking to get in on that hackathon, seriously, sign up. create something cool, get out there and build. This is how Solana wins.
And I think we're gonna come up with the what we shipped section that builder codes are also. Really excited to see what people have got. And I think quick shout out to Imperial Exchange guys doing some good stuff in the background.
Yes,
excited to see what they've got.
Me too. Imperial, we see you. You need to get in on that hackathon too. Get yourself some exposure. That'd be nice. Loopscale releases Prism. Aggregates RWA settlement with liquidity. So it's, again, just RWA stuff going on everywhere. Loopscale's always killing it. They're a close partner of ours that uses our FLP product for their looping and also their borrow and lend. So Solana added, it's called Machine Payments Protocol. I actually don't know a ton about this. I probably should do a little bit more research after this, but they're calling it MPP support. So my guess is that it has to do something with X402 payments, to where X402 is simply that two agents can make payments to each other, or an API endpoint. So pretty cool. It is expanding the AI agent kind of ecosystem. I'm assuming will be all these micro payments for information as you have specialized data sets throughout the ecosystem. I hope it doesn't become too much of a problem, though. That's the only thing I would worry, is that everything's gated by some micro payment. That would be the only thing that would drive me absolutely insane. But it is what it is. The payment rails are there, and you, of course, need to get paid somehow. Any thoughts on that?
Really haven't had a look, and I think even our friends at MagicBlocks have been working on supporting payments, especially agentic payments, which kind of have this difficulty of holding SOL and like kind of getting USDC and gas fees. So interesting stuff, and I think even MoonPay recently kind of had some good headwinds on that. So yeah, payments are evolving on Solana.
For sure. The Cora little workaround is always pretty cool to look into. So if you are a developer, there's something there for you. Cora, supported by Solana Foundation, I believe, basically allows you to, instead of forcing the agent or the user to pay with SOL, the transaction fee with SOL, you can essentially substitute. So if they bring USDC on the back end, what the user doesn't see, it abstracts that layer away, so they don't actually have to have SOL in their wallet. I can definitely see that being used more and more as the agentic era has arrived. Orca launched Volts powered by Camino, offering automated liquidity yield strategies. This is more of like on the institutional side. So I have seen a large shift in some of the entrenched kind of front runners in most of the space. They have been working together, which is really nice to see, as well as moving towards more institutional options as Solana becomes, or starts to really draw in these larger players. Hinkle protocol. The only reason I wanted to, I like promoting all the privacy stuff. So Hinkle protocol brought Hinkle Pay to Solana, ZK payment privacy. That's an exciting thing. We definitely need to see more privacy on chain. Arkham's a huge one for that. So shout out to Arkham, as they still are building out their primitives for their protocol, but it is definitely getting to the point where privacy is going to be a major concern slash hopefully with all these different projects distributed throughout Solana, because privacy is a right, in my opinion. Zerion, I don't even know how to say it. I apologize if I totally messed that up, but added real-time P&L tracking for traders. So I just wanted to shout that out. That was on the Solana Shoutout page. So thought it was worth mentioning. And then Mayan shipped Mayan 2.0, the fastest cross-chain movement. Those guys are friends of Flash Trade. Love to shout them out. They are bringing all tokens onto Solana. And if you haven't noticed, we have used them here at Flash Trade, as long as all the risk parameters, right, and liquidity and everything else, all the things that go into listing a token, as long as it's there, we have actually utilized their services or the tokens that they bring over. Anything else for Solana trenches, sir, that I missed?
I think that pretty much covers it all. A few interesting SIMDs on the horizon as well. But yeah, overall, I think
268. Is it 268?
Well, 296 is the thing we're waiting
296. Sorry.
But that's still, I think, waiting for V4, the former rollup for Solana V4 to be widely spread out, and then I think we're going to get back to feature gate activations. This week we have different feature gates and some interesting ones around syscall integrations to further optimize CUs, and yeah, that's pretty much it on the technical front as well.
Yeah, a lot of SIMDs coming up that are super interesting and will absolutely expand the capabilities on Solana, specifically the CPI depth. That's another one that is interesting to me if you're a Solana nerd. Now, the big listing is full of hot air, and it's natural gas. Natural gas was listed on Flash Trade. So now we have all the things, all the RWAs that you need, with much more coming. But we have oil, or crude oil. We have natural gas. We've got gold, silver. You've got Japanese currency, well, USD. So it's inverse pair for the Chinese yuan and Japanese yuan. And then we also have, yuan? I don't know. Terrible at this. Then we, of course, have all the big pairs for Forex. And guys, wait. We have stocks. All right. xStocks. Yeah. You guys were asking for it. We got it back. Let's go. And then another shout out. Obviously, that was a huge listing last week that we wanted to overview, but I added another slide. I snuck this one in there since, boss is away, the kids will play. I snuck this one in here. Solana Ecosystem Call. Thank you, Simon, for notating that Flash Trade had equity perps, and it was on that the inaugural ecosystem call where they brought it back, and they did an amazing job. They shipped us this clip, which will be going out right after we're done here. The clip will be posted. You know what I'd really love is if you, the one, you're watching me, I'm watching you, you repost this. That would be super awesome. Leave a comment, leave a like. If you're on YouTube, might venture over to X and give us a little repost. Appreciate that. So thank you, Simon. All right. Now, this is typically a NASA's favorite segment, but we're going to have to go with Zahab's favorite segment this week. As we just stated, what did we get done this week? We did list natural gas. So it is live right now on Flash Trade, believe it or not, at, 20x leverage? No, 10x leverage. See, this is why I need to look. 10x leverage, super low fees. Get in there. And right now, it actually looks like it's zigzagging. So we're in kind of a choppy market, but great time to trade with the volatility of everything. This is a trader's dream. Now, the referral restructured, you're going to have to speak more to that because honestly, didn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah, I think we'll have to also kind of roll out the docs and get out the interest from builders building over Flash or KOL referrals, which are kind of looking to kind of get beyond the current rebate structure that FAF staking offers. So like we've been wanting to kind of redo this for a very long time now, and one of the biggest blockers on that front was this whole margin engine V2 and Flu kind of going live. So we didn't want to disturb the underlying architecture that supports it. But once we were done with the 3 months linear unlock schedule for FAF unstake. This was like the very next move. We want to have higher rebates for people who stake FAF, and also even like higher than the highest level for builders who are building over Flash, with like different restrictions on how much rebates could be made so that it's not exploited by bad state actors. So all of that's put in now. If you're looking to kind of spread out the referrals, do reach out to the team, and we'll be rolling out the docs and the necessary intent forms for garnering more interest in referring traders to Flash. And I think this goes handy with what's coming out next with MagicBlocks. So yeah, really looking out for people building over Flash, and all of our great FAF stakers spreading out the referral links all across.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, we do have referrals, believe it or not. And the best part is, real quick, here, let's see. If you guys have not seen it, I'd like to share my screen. Look at that beauty. All right. And we've also restructured the referral page, or what we call the token tab. So token tab, token staking, you can see here, we have everything you need to quickly look at. And then you even have this cool thing here. Look, I have 4 people who, for whatever reason, used my X link. So now I have 4 people referred to me, and you can actually claim it right here. See? Super nice. You can create your custom code. Mine's Mighty, by the way. Wink, wink. Other than that, that is our new referral system. Now, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but this was actually rolled out less for the user side, more for essentially just allowing integration partners to take part more in that system. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right. Like, we've had a lot of trouble with isolating referrals versus people who stake, and we had to balance it out, because you could refer someone and then they stake their FAF. They get their own ref links, they get their own discounts for staking. So we have to outweigh what benefit kind of goes out best. So now we've kind of integrated it all, and I think this is where you have rebates which work in isolation, and then if you come to RUI and trade, you still get the legacy feel. So if you want to have your staking benefits outweigh referrals, then yeah, you have to kind of stake, get to a higher level, and then obviously you would enjoy your discounts.
Sick. And then MagicBlocks. Now we have MagicBlocks in frickin' testing on the back end, guys. Yeah, that's right. You can't see it yet. It's like sing, sang, boom, pew, 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 pew. It's so fast. It's ridiculous. And thanks to Zaheb here, we are going to have a ton of things to roll out, because from what he says, I'm throwing him into the line of fire here, not myself. I didn't say it. He said it. We're going to be able to scale hugely, bigly. I guess this isn't like Trump's promise, right? This is like for real, for real. Like it's going to be huge for everybody.
For real.
Everybody's actually going to win this time.
Absolutely. We're going to give you the tools to win. And yeah, you are going to win.
That's right. You and you. It's like Oprah. All right. On her show. You win and you win a car. Maybe not a car. That might be a little bit much. But MagicBlocks is in testing internally, and everything is rolling out super smooth. Now, here is a particular feature that I am very excited about. Thank you to Anas and Sarthik for really making this come together. It will be a chat to trade. Yep, that's going to be on Flash Trade. So if you kind of like are on the go and maybe you don't want to look at your phone, but you want to chat to it really quick and have the have everything opened up the way that you want it to be, it'll be a really neat feature where it's chat to trade. You just flip over to the chat, you hit your speaker button, you talk into it. It go ahead, it translates it for you and then opens that trade. You, of course, have to give the final approval. But it is still a really, really neat feature. As more things are moving towards this AI centric, agentic centric world, this is definitely the direction I think we should be focused on, is like, how can we best serve you as our users in the way that you want it to be. So this is just one more step, one more thing we shipped. All right, guys, we are all about shipping here. We ship new features, new innovations because of you all, because of your feedback, which means it is super important that you get involved, get in Discord, chat it up, let us know what you like, what you don't like. We love hearing that stuff because it helps us innovate. It helps us know what features we should roll out next. So chat to trade is something you should be looking forward to. It will be rolling out this week, so it will be live. And again, Anas really cooked on the kind of behind the scenes stuff. And then Sarthik, if you don't, or if anything looks like not that pretty, it's all Sarthik's fault. Blame him and make sure that he is absolutely fired up on X. But no, he normally does a amazing job. I've seen it. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's actually better than what I initially envisioned. So that'll be a cool feature rolling out this week. Let's see what's coming. Actually, I don't know what the passkey feature is. Is that bad? I probably should have asked prior. What is the passkey feature, sir?
That's where we sponsor gas fees for you, and then you just have a session key to kind of power all of your trades. People who have tried our funded wallet feature kind of see how it works. So this thing is something we're trying to improve on the gas fee side, where a lot of people kind of recently have started having issues where they do not have sufficient SOL to fund positions, and as they continue to trade, we would have like ephemeral key pairs work out as passkeys. This is especially important to what we have coming up with MagicBlocks, because network fees are abstracted away, yes, on MagicBlocks, but still the idea of clicking an approve button on your wallet is a daunting task. And I think that's what we want to abstract and have the sexiest experience. I think that's what we up with what Hyperliquid has got and all of the other good places that you go and trade. This is one of the essential features to kind of bring that massive improvement to UX, where you don't have to worry about fees anymore or transaction landing and all of that stuff. So yeah, passkeys plus MagicBlock kind of coming together is what is going to bring about that that final touch to the UX. And with MagicBlock as well, I think one of the biggest things that we've been trying to kind of accomplish has been to kind of get the best possible UX. It's not just about abstracting the fees or getting the lower latency and just the speed of it, but the overall experience. You don't have to worry about the number of markets you're going to trade in, or setting up numerous orders. You can do it all, and you can do it all for free. That's the thing we're kind of pushing for. And I think this week is what we've been planning to kind of have the final thing in. Yes, we're going to push for it, but yeah, security and accessibility is core to everything that we ship at Flash. So as long as we're able to nail down the right UX without having any undiscovered issues, we're gonna keep iterating and improving until we have the final go at it. So MagicBlocks, I think our vision has been to prove the naysayers or people who kind of doubt the idea and call it a single sequencer. We want to come out with an execution, not with the testnet version or a devnet thing, but like the real thing in prod, and with the best execution possible. So that's what we're pushing for, and we don't want to play it low with like just a devnet thing to test out stuff. So that's what we're aiming for, and it's going to be a full release. You're going to have everything from day one. That's been our principle. Like, instead of fighting on theoretical ideas, we want to get to the real deal, get people to trade with real funds at the speed that's unmatched in Solana Perps right now, and that's what
it
we're
really
getting.
is. Yeah, it really is unmatched. There, I mean, look, at the end of the day, the solution that we have is, as far as I can see, with all the other crazy part for me is it's like the pool to peer model compared to the order book model. The more innovations that we're having on Solana itself, as in like the more SIMDs, the more Anza innovations, fire dancers, and all the things that are kind of coming together. And then you tie in the agentic era. The thing that makes the most sense to me is that pool to peer model is going to be so crucial for that agentic era, because pool to peer is like instantaneous trades. You've got, almost zero slippage as far as like traditional slippage. And instant execution. I mean, the instant execution part is going to be super, super important for the future of like what perps are going to be like, especially again with like the kind of machine trading that I'm sorry, but it's going to happen. You're pretty much going to be in the future. I don't know when it's going to happen, but the AI agents are just going to be everywhere, and they're going to be the ones trading for you. So that's something that is both terrifying and exciting. But pool to peer models seems more and more right on the money, sliding in right at the right moment. It's kind of serendipitous. best way to explain it.
Yeah,
But
and
since, go ahead.
I think the hit piece that's on my table for a very long time now, defending pool to peer against club for the time being, and building clubs or a pool to peer system as an addition or a substitutive factor. I think that's where we're getting. I mean, one of the biggest advantages of having a pool to peer system is the ability to exit. So if you're looking for guaranteed execution or reliable, means to trade, order books could be risky, even with all of the improvements that we see around. If the maker decides to pull liquidity, you're left hanging, and I think that's where you have cases like ADL kind of be necessary in terms of design. You can't force MM to kind of continue to offer you a trade if it goes against their interests. But with a pool-to-peer system, you know the rules that you're getting into, and I think that's where we strive to make it the best of both worlds for our LPs and our traders to have substantial kind of guarantees on their trade. You could always close at the price that the market's trading at without any bias. So once you get a trade locked in, you have this guaranteed exit. That I think is going to be super important and distinctive factor, which enables us to offer higher leverage and the widest variety of markets, irrespective of us being the source of price discovery or not. And I think that's where we've had some interesting discussions and a lot more ongoing discussions with Pith, our primary Oracle provider, on 24/7 markets. So yes, we did pioneer 24/5 markets for stocks and equities and commodities on Solana, but there's a lot more room. That's what we've seen with Hyperliquid over the last couple of weekends. Native price discovery on a DEX. Who could have imagined that? And I think that's what we're trying to also bridge over, and with a lot more attention to detail in how we get there. But yeah, excited to see what Pith has also been cooking. And yeah, really excited to kind of venture over into the 24/7 space now, given we have commitments from NASDAQ, also kind of looking into the idea of extending the 24/7 trading. So that's the interesting part as well. Like, it's not just about the technicals, it's also about supporting these primitives without being exposed to or being at the mercy of market makers, if I'm to put it that way.
Well, it is true. I mean, look, and I get a lot of traders maybe don't see that portion of it, which is fine. But, at the end of the day, a clob or glob or however you want to phrase it, it is run on the other side. The other side of the trade is a market maker. So just as you alluded to, if they pull liquidity, well, that could be really bad for you. Could be really bad for anyone trading, actually. But yes, the other thing too, and this is just foundational to like future, since we are saying what's coming, this is far down the line. I get that. Of course, the janitor always oversteps and says too much, but the super interesting conceptual thing in my mind when I do a mental model, and I've mentioned this in the past, is that instead of having, so like right now, the typical model is that you have a glob or clob, and then there's a backup AMM or pool of some kind, some sort of vault out here that is kind of backstopping anything that happens with the glob, right? The market maker side. So that's kind of their backstop. But what if instead you flipped that? Okay, now you have the pool who is offering instant execution, great rates, all of that. And then you have the market maker on the backside who's saying, and the DEX is saying, hey, you have to beat our pool for you to participate. So no more games if you do not offer the best execution, type slippage, and obviously best price, whatever, then, and you can't beat our pool, well, sorry, you can't participate because, house wins when it comes to that. If you can flip that paradigm to where they're competing in some sort of way, not only with each other, but with the DEX itself, I think that really, really changes the game and allows for, especially if the system's designed well to where the market maker is able to offer. Because that's the other thing, is obviously right now that's kind of one of the issues, is that there are a lot of issues on the market maker side with market makers being able to offer that. But as long as you can design a system that would work hand in hand with each other, that's something that Zahaib has actually alluded to in the past, and we had actually covered probably months ago, I think, at this point. But that's a new paradigm that I think will come to fruition one way or the other. Thoughts on that?
Absolutely. And that's talking of market microstructure. I think that's the thing most protocols are trying to fix on Solana right now. We've seen how Drift or any other exchange on Solana has suffered in terms of leaking volumes to other competitive exchanges in the space. I think one of the biggest reason is the market microstructure. It isn't just about the technicals. It's also about technicals for sure. That's a component where makers do not have reliable execution, which kind of turns away, which is why a lot of spot trading volume turned to prop AMMs, and they've been doing great. And I think that's one of the biggest point of contention in this space. I think we see a lot of debates going around with different teams and different perspectives. It's not an apples to orange comparison to kind of put spot against Perps. There's like a whole lot of dynamic, which we all kind of understand. But then it just shows the way. Okay, if we can do it for spot, why not? Could we do it for Perps? And I think that's going to be an interesting part, which is what also kind of consolidates our execution on MagicBlock, where we just don't use the parallel SVM in isolation. We have the same bytecode running on base chain as well. So on DevNets, on mainnet, you have the same execution code, which could see massive improvements with upcoming releases, even Pinocchio and Quasar and all of the other runtime capabilities that people are that's actively being worked on. So there's so much. I think it just needs some battle hardening to kind of get these to production ready stage. I think that's when we're going to see massive unlocks on what's possible on Solana.
Yeah, there's so much coming. This next year is going to be absolutely incredible for the perp space in general, just because that kind of side has been, because we're a general chain, that side of things has been a little lackluster, just because of efficiencies of the chain itself. But now with all of these things coming together, whoo, buddy, look out, because it's coming. Funding mechanism kind of plays right into the same exact vein. What is the funding mechanism? I know that MagicBlock was integration was kind of the linchpin. So now that we are coming to the end of the MagicBlock integration, moving it onto actual, implementation stage where it will be live. What will the funding mechanism be? What does that look like?
I think, as most people are aware, perp exchanges do offer funding as a means to have the mark price kind of match up with the index price of what's being traded on the book. And for us, funding is the tangential opposite. It's not about finding equivalence with mark price. We are an Oracle-based exchange. So for us, the idea was more incentivized on balancing the open interests, because we have a unique proposition where the open interest against the pool is not balanced. Longs and shorts and pools kind of have different deltas. So the pool is not net neutral. Funding mechanism is one of our ways, or implicit funding mechanism, as we refer to it, is a form of incentive structure which would incentivize balanced deltas on the pool. So if you have more longs than shorts, then shorts would get paid to operate and stay on Flash, which I think has been one of the biggest blockers for us to serve long-term traders, where the fees do add up quite substantially. Given we need to have the right incentive for LPs to stay in as well. So yeah, it's not it's not a penalty for traders, but more of a risk balancing incentive for LPs. So that system is going to change. We're going to have funding which is designed in such a way that it incentivizes more trading while also reducing the risk exposure for LPs. So it's about finding the right balance. And what's unique about it is no other protocol right now offers implicit funding with a unified pool of assets. Let's say like pool one, it's an index of assets. So if you look at fstats, you'll see all of the stats in detail of how much OI you have for longs versus shorts on each market. And now, longs are collateralized by underlying tokens, shorts by USDC, and now with Flu, for example, we have gold and silver trades being backed by XAUT, so the price action also correlates. For LPs, this just means they're being a lot more risk averse and still yield. And for traders, it's just a new way of finding the right incentive. You can do carry trades. You can do delta neutral ARBs with this system. So that's going to be the final improvement that we eventually planned with Margin Engine V2. And I think, it's about bringing the pieces together. And that's right next on the block.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other big changer for this is that you could have that quasi neutral delta or neutral trade, or is it? Yeah, right. Neutral trade for the LPs. So it's just like Zahib said, it's risk reducing for the LPs, which is something, I definitely think most LPs would 100% agree with. That would be a massive step forward in the evolution of Flash Trade. It's something that I know I've been harping on for quite a while. I'm sure the team is tired of listening to me say that, but the delta neutral kind of position, like quasi delta neutral, is going to bring in a whole new era for the LPs and make it just a lot more palatable for potentially even institutional plays. So that'll be a lot very interesting to explore in the future. And then more real world assets. Of course, we are always looking to bring on the best that there is to Flash Trade for our traders to get exposure to trade on. And then LPs, because of the Flu mechanism, a lot of times, especially with like the NAS gas, that is actually utilizing the Flu mechanism on pool 2. So FLP2. That's actually how we're able to list some of these assets in a way that still keeps the pool itself, or the LPs, earning that top tier yield across the ecosystem. So anything else to add to that?
Not much.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Of course, another Flash Hour ticked on the box. Appreciate you joining, of course. If you are just tuning in right this second, one thing before you rewind the whole video, leave a like, leave a comment, and of course, do all the social stuff for us. If you're on YouTube, leave a comment too. leave a like for us there. I know that there are quite a few of you now who do actually watch through our YouTube channel. We do post shorts and things like that on YouTube for you all. So hopefully you're enjoying those. But most of our content, and if you want to stay up to date with the latest of what is happening at Flash Trade, follow us on X. X is going to be our primary distribution channel for you all. And definitely keep sharing, keep commenting, keep liking. We really do appreciate it. I know a lot of you do. So especially if you're attending Flash Hour. Let's see. We got comments here. Comments? Sure. I'll be back. All right. Let's see. I'll be back. May God bless your day. God bless you, sir. God bless you. Sheesh. He's a commenter and a half. Let's see. Good morning, Panda. Tom, the OG. Some digits. What's up, brother? Hey, we got Tayson. He's a recent, intro to the Flash community. We appreciate you and all your feedback. We've seen it, and we even implemented some of it. You can see that on the timeline. We went ahead and fixed some things that, we do listen. Fix some things that Towson, I guess that would be the name, pointed out. Boy, I tell you what, with some of the X names, it is hard to pronounce some of them without getting off the rails. Dogebot, of course, brother. He is a OG in the space. Thank you guys for showing up, showing out, and always spreading the word for Flash Trade. We couldn't do it without you guys. Any final words here, Zahib?
Not much. I think the primary focus has been to kind of get MagicBlocks to the final execution space where we can have the mainnet markets live and working exactly as we intend with the right UX. Yeah, fingers crossed. We're going to push it for this week. And if we are unable to get through it, keep an eye out for next week. So that's the timeline we have for ourselves. And I think, we've got quite a lot of stuff going around. We need the validators commissioned at the right spots. So you're in discussion with the MagicBlock team on structuring that. So barring any other technical difficulties, once everything comes together, we're going to have all of it ready for rollout soon.
Yes. All right. Well, I'll say farewell to Zahib. Thank you guys again for attending Flash Hour. This week was a big week. We really did roll out a lot of things. It's not only a big week for Solana, it was a big week for Flash Trade. We are really pushing the boundaries of pool-to-peer model. And if you want to learn a little bit more about Flash Trade, I take a lot of time to make sure that our docs are all squeaky clean and up to date. I do have to refactor the referral page, so bear with me on that. That will be coming soon. But if you didn't notice, we do have stocks, natural gas. We've got the chat function coming out for LLMs, which means you'll be able to trade via chat, which is super cool. We have the referral restructure. MagicBlocks is in testing right now on the back end. Everything is running very smoothly. We have passkey feature, which will mean that you have seamless, no confirmation trades, so that it feels just like the sexiest of sexes. And of course, we will be listing more assets as things move forward, especially with the MagicBlock integration. That really unlocks a whole new shift for us towards being able to list these things a lot faster. And of course, our brothers over there at Soul Brothers, Simon, Eno, thank you so much for the shout out on the very first Solana Ecosystem Call. We really, really do appreciate that a lot, as sometimes just the little guy over here in the corner, just fighting our way through. We are bootstrapped protocol that came in swinging, and we're still here fighting 2 years later. So we're still in the ring, still in the fight, and we're glad that all of you are here along with us. And as always, traders, I'll see you in the markets.